Hello, welcome to How to Play D&D, the explainer podcast where one experienced dungeon master and one failed scriptwriter discuss D&D topics. My name is Kinsey and my ridiculously inadequate pod partner is Lewis McCaffery. Hello, Lewis.
Hello, Connor. I was hoping for another compliment then, but I suppose one is enough for
one a year.
Yeah,
one a year if you're lucky.
I mean, hey, I'm pretty sure you've done it twice in different episodes in the past 2 days.
It's been a long week. My hair is all over the place. I grow weary, brother.
Grow wearier.
Yeah. Last episode today for the classes, not for the season, for the classes.
Exactly. The last class.
Another class that is not in the player's handbook.
Mm-hmm.
It is Bloodhunters.
Bloodhunters.
Can you tell us, or maybe you don't, you can't, can you tell us where it came from? Where's the origin?
So, if I'm right, which I'm 99% sure I am, I'm pretty sure it was made by Matt Mercer for Critical Role.
Okay.
Which, I don't know why he made it. I think he just, for shits
why not?
and gigs,
You're Matt
for
Mercer.
kicks. Exactly, because he can do it. If Matt Mercer makes something, you know Wizards are going to take it.
Yeah.
But, yeah, it's a cool class. It's different. It's the kind of, without going too much and spoiling much, it's the kind of one that you'd expect to want to play, if that makes sense.
Okay,
and we'll go
it's a cool one. It's got a cool name.
It is cool.
Yeah? All right.
You hunt blood.
Okay, well, we're hunting blood. Let's get to it. Okay, so today's episode is on Bloodhunters. The reason you picked this is because of Geralt from The Witcher. The reason you won't stick with it is because The Witcher's not that good.
Oh, you've done it now. Well, guys, this is our last episode ever. How dare you,
Lewis,
sir?
I've managed to dislocate my arm at a funeral. Do I go to hospital or do I replace it with the ones that aren't being used anymore? What am I doing?
It's fucking grim.
What is Bloodhunters?
Well, yeah. What? You can't just say, "Oh, it's Bloodhunters" and expect psychosis to be okay.
It's not psychosis. I'm taking arms that aren't being used.
Fucking hell.
I'm ripping checks and I'm tearing. I'm stealing checks and I'm writing
arms.
My obituary.
Beautiful. Well, first of all, what you do is you go to the hospital and then they turn you away because you don't like The Witcher, apparently.
Nope.
And then you go back to this funeral home. You find the woman from the last episode who you killed, and he, what's it called? What's it called? The old people's home.
Two episodes ago.
I thought it was
we've recorded 3 today. I'm sorry.
So you go find that it's her arm. It's a bit smaller for you, but you think, you know what? Fuck it, why not? And you attach that as your third leg.
I mean, having a separate. Having an arm you're not used to around all the time can have its benefits.
Exactly. You don't need to sit on your hand anymore.
No. Yeah, there we go. Or beg for her to come back. Okay, can you summarise the type of class a Bloodhunter is?
Yeah, so a Bloodhunter, normally I'd say something like a half-caster, because they are a martial class. You'd expect that. But they do have some magic available, but it's not the magic you'd expect. It's not like a paladin who can do a bit, like cast... like hold person, things like that. It's not that kind of magic. It's exactly what you'd expect with Bloodhunter. It is like blood magic, basically. Right. So you're the kind of character that normal people who haven't played D&D would expect a warlock to be, I'd say.
Yeah, that's fair, I think. Okay, what die does a player roll when leveling their Bloodhunter?
Guess. This is the last episode. Can you get it?
I don't know it. But having played a Bloodhunter just once and failed at doing that, I know that they take up a lot of what's it called? Not blood points. I don't know what they're called.
It's Hemocraft or something.
Hemocraft. Like they're taking up their own HP to do things. So I think it's a D10.
I was just about to say, I reckon we should put something on the line if you get this right or wrong. Yeah. But now I don't want to because you're right. It is a D10. So
what's that? 6 out of 7. No, out of 8.
I don't know how many.
6 out of 8.
You didn't guess them. We didn't start
doing them, no. Yeah.
A druid or something. Nice. I don't know. But yeah, so for new players, what that means is that when you level up, you roll a d10, add your constitution modifier, and that's how many hit points you get at a level up.
Okay.
But yeah, I think that's the third one to get a d10.
Yes.
Paladin, fighters, and bloodhunters.
What are the main stats a player should focus on when creating a Bloodhunter?
So for this one, unlike a lot of the rest I have only got the 2. So there's no options. You can have them, but you don't have to. Dexterity number 1, because whilst you can go strength, dexterity for the AC, for the like ability to hit, your damage, things like that, I feel like it makes more sense to go dexterity than strength. And intelligence for your hemocraft or hemocraft.
I thought it would have been. I thought con and intelligence would have been.
Yeah. So intelligence. I don't know if it's pronounced hemo or hemocraft.
Hemo.
I think it's hemo. Yeah. That's basically the blood magic. Your blood magic abilities.
Nice. Okay. What makes the Bloodhunters such a great class to play? So maybe then we could talk about the hemocraft.
I think, like I said, Bloodhunter. That's the way they are kind of like a monster hunter, which what you expect in D&D. But rather than a typical fighter, you're not just someone who can fight going into the world. You're actually, it feels more like an actual monster hunter.
Okay.
So it feels a lot more specialised, I think, and that's what I meant at the start when I said it feels like what newcomers would expect out of D&D. Right. And I think that's what makes it really interesting, not only to use in roleplay, but in combat as well. It's very niche, it's very specific, and that's what you want in this type of class. You're not picking Bloodhunter because you don't know what to go for. You're picking it because you want a monster hunter.
And what separates it from those other classes? What makes it niche? So talking about the hemo die, that's kind of what separates it, right? What's that blood magic? How does that work?
Well, there's, depending on your subclass, there's different obviously ways you can go about it, but I'll just mention the one, so we're not going into it too much. There's the Lycan subclass, which basically you have like a version of lycanthropy, and because that's in your blood, you get different abilities from that. So it adds more, rather than the subclass of a paladin, for example, let's say Oath of Devotion. You can't murder, you can't kill, you can't lie, that kind of thing. Or can't murder, cheat and lie, those things. That's your roleplay that's determining the roleplay is determining how you play the character. It's the subclass. It's not necessarily the abilities. They're not the main reason you've picked that.
Yeah.
Whereas with a Bloodhunter, it's a lot more specialised in that you are a monster hunter that has clearly been infected with lycanthropy. You've got different abilities for it, and you're having to use that to fight rather than it being purely roleplay, if that makes sense.
Nice, okay. And those dice, the way you cast spells, you're not necessarily casting spells, I mean, depending on what domain you pick, but you're using, like, the hemocraft die, and it takes HP from you so you can be like have new abilities, right?
Exactly.
So it's kind of like it's at the cost of something to then do something, not just your action.
Exactly. You definitely need to put more thought into combat when you're playing a Bloodhunter compared to most of the other classes. But that's what I mean when I say that you'd expect, I think new players would expect that to be what Warlock is.
Yeah, to me actually it's kind of, this sounds more like a martial version of the Sorcerer, where there's a big gamble in whatever you're doing.
Well,
you know?
yeah.
High risk
for
high reward. Yeah,
definitely,
nice.
It is very fun.
So, can you name 3 feats you'd personally take when building a Bloodborne?
Bloodborne.
I've written Bloodborne, Bloodhunter. Do you know why?
You failed us.
Well, that was what I was going to say next, because I haven't written what you would ask me, but I instantly think of Bloodborne when I think of Bloodhunters. Yeah. You know, the kind of tricorn hats, Victorian England, like, yeah.
Whatever you say, pal.
Yeah, I mean...
No, fair enough, I get that, but...
Feats?
You've fooled yourself in front of 4 people.
They were thinking it.
Yeah. So, yeah, feats. First one, I've gone very simple, the tough feat. Just because you are a person, like I said, I keep saying it, you're a monster hunter. You need the extra health. What that does, it gives you... Let's say you take it to level 5 or level 4, we'll say. When you get your first 3 feet, you get 2 times your level in HP. So at that point, you'll get 8. And after every level up, you get an extra 2 hit points per turn, which are per level.
You are going to need it.
Exactly. Second one I've gone for is Piercer, which you could have gone Piercer or Slasher. I wouldn't have gone for Crusher for this, but what that does, +1 to Dex or Strength, fantastic. And then once per turn, when you hit a creature with an attack that does piercing damage, you can re-roll the damage, but you have to pick the second option.
Okay.
So if you roll, get a 1, can't get any worse, you roll again, and pick that one instead.
Yeah.
Perfect. And when you get a critical hit with a weapon that does piercing damage, you roll 1 additional damage dice.
Which is not bad, considering how much your putting up, that's up for stake when you're attempting attack in combat.
Exactly. Very useful. The extra damage, I mean, you'll never say no to.
No.
And the third one, and I've gone for this specifically because of that Lycan subclass, and it's resilient, and that's the one where you get +1 to any skill and gain that skill's saving throw proficiency. And the reason I've gone for that is because there's an ability in the Lycan subclass which is really cool. It's called Bloodlust or something. Whenever you activate this, or whenever you miss an attack or something like that, you have to roll a Constitution saving throw. The DC is only an 8, so that's all you have to beat. But with the extra,
and you never know though.
Yeah, with the resilience and having that extra buff, perfect for it. And if you fail, you have to attack the closest person to you within 30 feet. So just a bit of extra to that to protect you and your other party members.
Yeah, protect your party, really.
Yeah.
Nice. Okay. Well, yeah.
Fun.
Characters you can think of?
I would probably say Van Helsing or something.
Yeah, Van Helsing makes complete sense. I do think Geralt.
Obviously Geralt.
Van Helsing, that whole, literally all of Bloodborne, that kind of thing where it's werewolves, Victorian England.
Literally anyone.
People believing in myths and legends.
Exactly. Again, I'll say it again. Any monster hunter, pretty much.
Yeah, nice. Okay. Yeah. Well, pretty easy one, but that is the conclusion to our 14 episodes on classes. Straight classes to get you going with what you wanted.
Or bent classes.
Yeah, straight classes, bent classes. Who cares? Yeah. We're here for all of it. We love it.
Exactly.
Okay, today's adventure has sadly come to a close. We're back again next week with the topic: why did men think of Rome when it lost the fight against the ocean twice?
Well, I mean,
it lost twice to the ocean.
We also think about Atlantis, and that fucker's gone.
Yeah. I don't even like water.
No,
I haven't washed in weeks.
Well, exactly. Water's like you. I wonder why you kept wanting me to pump piss into your shower.
Jesus Christ! I wouldn't lose that fight. Anyway, and as always, thank you for tuning in. And if you'd like to join in on the D&D action, then please follow us on Instagram and TikTok at How to Play D&D, or check out the link in our bio to join our Discord server. And for BTS of sessions, bloopers, blogs, early access to episodes, and even live Q&As, check out our Patreon at patreon.com/howtoplaydnd. Thank you very much.
That was perfect.
I have been Connor Kinsey.
I've been Lewis McCaffery.
Good day.
Goodbye.